Hello, how to write a chemical formula of ionic compounds. How the ionic compounds are formed. Ionic compounds formed by combination of cation, that means positive charge ion, and an ion, negative charge ion. So positive charge ions, cations, and negative charge ion anions, when they electrostatically attract each other to form ionic compound. The negative charge ions can be monoatomic or they can be polyatomic. Monoatomic means a single atom containing anions, and the polyatomic means, poly means many atoms containing anions. You can see examples given here. Chloride. Chloride is a monoatomic, Cl one atom, chlorine, and negative 1 charge. Nitrate is polyatomic. There are two types of atoms, nitrogen and oxygen. The charge is negative 1. So these are polyatomics, and chlorides, fluoride, bromides, they are monoatomic. So anions can be monoatomic or they can be polyatomic. Next, the positive charge. Positive charge ions can be main group cations or they can be formed by transition metals. Transition metals, another name is D block elements. You can see examples given here. Cations formed by electron losing from a metal. So this main group element magnesium lost 2 electrons to form magnesium 2 plus cation. And copper is a transition metal, and copper is losing 2 electrons from copper 2 plus. So always the cations are formed by electron losing from metals. Anions. Anions formed by electron gaining from non-metal. So non-metals are more favor for the electrons than metals. So you all know metals are located in the left hand side of the periodic table. Non-metals located the right portion of the periodic table. So non-metals tend to gain electrons. So here fluorine gaining 1 electron to form fluoride anion. Now, what are the charges of each atom formed from main group elements? Main group elements means group 1A to 8A. If you take a periodic table, the 8 taller columns we call main group elements. First 2, group 1, group 2 are taller, and then last 6 are again main group elements, 3A to 8A. The middle shorter columns we call transition metals. Now here we are talking about the main group elements first. What are the charges main group elements form? Let's take group 1A to 3A. Group 1 we call alkali metals, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. So all the group 1A elements always lost 1 electron to form plus 1 charge. So sodium form always plus 1, potassium plus 1, cesium plus 1, and so on. Now group 2. Group 2 we called alkaline earth elements. So alkaline earth elements form plus 2 charge by losing 2 electrons. So starting beryllium, magnesium, calcium, barium, strontium, all group 2 elements, they form plus 2. Group 3 elements, they are losing 3 electrons and they form 3 plus charge. Now you can clearly see there is a relationship between the charge on the ion and the group number. So always group number is equal to the positive charge formed by each cation, each element. So group 1, 2, 3, they are metals. They always losing electron to form positive charge ions. Let's talk about the non-metals. So non-metals, the charge on the ion, we have a formula. The charge on the ion is equal 8 minus group number. Let's take examples. Group 5, 6, 7, they are non-metals mainly. So if we apply the formula, the charge on group 5, so 8 minus 5 is 3. Then the non-metals are forming in group 5 3 minuses, 3 minus anions. For example, N3 minus, we call nitride, P3 minus, phosphide, arsenide, and so on. IDE ending, ide. Let's apply group 6. Group 6, 8 minus 6, 2. Then all the group 6 non-metals, they form negative 2, 2 minus anions. Oxide, sulfide, selenide, IDE ending. Same for the group 7. 8 minus 7 is 1. They form 1 minus anions. Fluoride, chloride, bromide, iodide. They always 1 minus. Now you can clearly see the cations and the anions. Cations mean positive charge ions, group 1, 2, 3. They are charges equal to the group number. Anions form group 5, 6, 7. They have a formula 8 minus group number, and they form anions by gaining electrons. Now, how we can write a formula of an ionic compound combining cation and the anion? So first, calcium. Calcium in group 2, alkaline earth element, it forms +2 cation always. And oxygen is a non-metal in group 6. So 8 minus 6, 2. It always forms 2 minus. Not always, most of the time 2 minus. In addition to 2 minus, there are minus 1 and minus 1 for peroxides. We all know hydrogen peroxide. So there are other charged species, but most commonly 2 minus oxide. Now the concept here is the magnitude of the charge, not the plus and minus sign, only the value. 2 and then 2 on the oxygen. So they switch each other. This 2 on the calcium go with oxygen, and the 2 on the green color 2 is joined with calcium. Then the formula should be Ca2O2. You can see the number 2 on oxygen now on with calcium. Number 2 with calcium go to the oxygen. Now you can further simplify this as CaO. If you divide by 2, you can write a simple version CaO. This is calcium oxide. Let's take another example. Magnesium again 2 plus, and nitrogen. Nitrogen in group 5. So 8 minus 5, 3 minus. Now this red colored number 2 join with nitrogen, and green color number 3 join with magnesium. So the only thing you need to switch the magnitude without this sign. So this is the ionic compound formula, Mg3N2. This is cesium. Cesium in group 1, it forms +1 charge, alkali metal, and nitrite. Nitrite is 1 minus charge. So this is 1 minus 1 plus. The magnitude is 1, 1, 1. So then simply cesium nitrite, 1 cesium atom combined with the polyatomic anion NO2. Now you can clearly see initially we joined cations, positive charge ions and the negative charge ions. But finally within the compound their charge is 0. The overall charge of the ionic compounds becomes 0. So that's how we joined cations and anions to become 0 overall charge on the ionic compounds. So switch the magnitude of the charges on the cation and the anion. This will form 0 overall charge to the ionic compound. Now let's practice what we learned in the previous slide, how to write the ionic compound formulas. First, strontium 2 plus and ClO3 minus. Strontium is a metal formed cations losing 2 electrons. It's alkaline earth element. And this is we called chlorate. So chlorate is ClO3, charge is 1 minus. So you can switch the 2 goes with ClO3. There are 2 ClO3 groups. This one on the ClO3 goes with strontium, 1 strontium atom. Then our compound should containing 1 strontium atom with 2 chlorate groups. Like this. And another important thing is when you are writing the chlorate, there are 2 groups. They are polyatomic ions. So you need to write the chlorate part inside the brackets. Then how many of these groups indicate the number outside the brackets. That means chlorate, there are 2 chlorate groups joined with 1 strontium atom. Next, arsenic 3 plus and selenide Sc2 minus. Again 3 goes with selenium, there are 3 Se, and 2 goes with arsenic, there are 2 arsenic As. Then the formula is As2 Sc3. Barium 2 plus join with dihydrogen phosphate. So dihydrogen phosphate is 1 minus charge. So this 1 goes with barium, 1 barium atom, 2 goes with H2PO4. There are 2 dihydrogen phosphate groups should be on the ionic compound. Next, ferric ion. Ferric O we call ion 3 plus, and this is thiocyanide, SCN minus. So this is 1 minus and 3 plus. 1 goes with Fe, 3 goes with SCN. So 3 SCN groups join with 1 Fe. Then the formula is like this: ion 3 thiocyanide. Ammonium plus, and this is sulfate, polyatomic anion and the polyatomic cation. This is 1 plus and 2 minus. So 1 goes with sulfate. There is 1 sulfate group join with 2 ammonium groups. Then the formula should be like this: 2 ammonium groups join with 1 sulfate groups. The last one is tin 2 plus join with phosphite. So 2 goes with phosphite, that means 2 phosphite groups should be on the compound. This number 3 goes with tin. There are 3 tin atoms should be on the compound. So the formula should be SN3PO3 2. So 3 tin combined with 2 phosphites. I hope now you will have an idea about how ionic compounds are formed, how the cations and anions are formed, and how we can write the ionic compounds formulas joining cations and anions, and to get the zero overall charge compounds. Thank you for watching. If this is helpful, please subscribe the channel and comment any specific area if you need to discuss, and please share with your friends.